I still haven't finished the script for that New Year's resolution thing that I wanted to get out this week. Like I said, I basically spent yesterday just replying to emails and DMs and stuff, which I've been ignoring for like a month. I posted some screenshots of some choice ones on Mastodon and in the Discord chat, so we can revisit some of those if you like. I appreciate the shocked and dismayed reactions from some of you on these posts. So here's one of the emails I got. I didn't censor it in Discord because fuck this guy. And of course his name is Larry, like Leisure Suit Larry. Hi, I'm a gay male that is interested with wearing panties and nylons and panties. Could we do an interview with you in panties and brassiere or your breasts exposed and my penis in panties? A daring interview guaranteed to attract both men and women. I would wear sheer white nylon panty with penis fully encased in panty and fully viewable and erect. Nope. Plus, could you do more penis awareness and not so sexually aroused just for sex, but for male and female viewing to view? Could you show more penis and it breasts bouncy? How about penis bouncy and fully bouncing for equality? Penis power. Photos of my penis in pantyhose and panty by request only. Thanks, Mr. Penis. Follow email. Penis, a beautiful penis to view. Your site need more penis power. Penises have no interviews. My penis would do an interview. A microphone up to my penis. Obviously, English is something he struggles with. But nonetheless, I feel like that excuse can only go so far as, you know, sexually harassing me. Maybe he does have some, like, wanting to not, you know, normalize nudity. Except the fact that he's, like, advertising putting it in underwear and, like, bouncing and stuff makes me think it's not really meant to be non-sexual. And you guys know, I am totally sex positive. Like, I interview sex workers. I talk about sex sometimes. I don't like talking about it all the fucking time. But, yeah, there's a big difference between talking about sex and not just, like, when I did interviews with sex workers, it's not like, you know, what does it feel like to have sex? It's like, what are some of the personal injuries you've sustained? You know, well, I didn't ask that, but they volunteered some of the information about, like, injuries that they've gone through. Because the topic came up of, like, how, you know, unprotected sex workers are, like, how they, you know, they have to pay for their own medical insurance, which can be a fuck ton, and, you know, safety concerns, although she said, it was with Eden Blair, and she was saying that, like, the porn world is actually pretty protective, and, like, if they're an actor or if they're a director or whatever and they're not good to work with, like, everyone else will know and they'll blackball them, which is good to hear. But anyway, like, I'm happy to talk about that stuff, but I'm not going to show sexual stuff, which is why I want to start using a separate joystick account for when I do play, like, adult games and stuff, but for now I'm just going to use Topless topics because people are stupid anyway. But it's just very frustrating. It's very frustrating that, like, it's really not that fucking hard to tell the difference between non-sexual nudity and nudity, especially just female nipples. Again, if I was doing the exact same thing in a shirt, would you still say it was sexual? But people are stupid, and they don't want to challenge their biases about treating female nipples as sexual objects. I know there was another one that I put in here somewhere. I don't know where it is. I posted it on Mastodon, and it was something like, I jack off to your tits all the time anyway, so might as well donate, or something like that. And it was just like, I just blocked them, but I really wanted to reply. Are you enjoying dipping your toes in rape, you know, digital rape? Because I do say it is digital rape to be like, I'm masturbating to your photos and there's nothing I can do about it. They're violating my consent. They are knowingly violating my consent. That's rape. It's not physical rape, but there's a lot of fucking trauma and, you know, just, there's a lot that goes into rape. There's a lot that goes into sexual violence, and yeah, telling someone you're masturbating to their photos and they can't stop you is digital rape. Shoving your fucking penises unasked for in their DMs, that's sexual assault. That's like, haha, look at my junk. Yeah. And I mean, I'm not the only one who feels that way. You can find, like, articles on there and stuff. And I hate this fucking contest that some people frame, subjects like this where it's like complaining about emails of people saying that they masturbate to my stuff and I can't do anything and saying it's rape is like saying that physical rape, it's like equating that with getting held behind a dumpster and raped. Obviously, I'm not saying those are the same. I feel like that is a very bad faith argument. And I think you can critique different things within rape culture without it being like, unless you're this extremely bad thing, then there's no problem. Refer to my old video, The Fallacy of Good Men, which, I've re-uploaded a million fucking times because it keeps getting banned because, see my band page, which you can watch, band, B-A-N-N-E-D, not band like music band. But anyway, back to rape culture. Yeah, I think it's a deflection tactic. I'm sure some of the people that do that legitimately think that they're, furthering the cause of stopping physical rape. But again, like I say in my Good Men video, it's a deflection tactic. It is trying to minimize the amount that people need to question their own motives and behavior by saying that, like, unless I'm physically raping someone, there's no problem. People, men, are exonerating themselves from, sending dick pics or sexual harassment, comments and touching female employees and stuff like that. It's not that bad. And if you talk about it and you talk about how, your severe feelings about it, then it's like, oh, you're being hysterical, whatever. Like, oh, it's so unsafe for men. We just don't know how to act anymore. It's like, if you really are having, if you're having a hard time as a man understanding when something becomes inappropriate, that's exactly why we need to have these conversations. Because if you're actually confused, how are we supposed to, like, explain what you should not be doing without saying the thing that you should not be doing? Again, it's a tactic for not having to work on themselves. And then as far leftists go, I see it in a lot of other categories that I'm hesitant to get into because I don't want to get, canceled by far leftists. Although since I quit Twitter, it's been less likely to happen. There's a lot of Twitter users on Mastodon now, so there's a non-zero chance of getting dogpiled, but at least there's no quote tweet feature in Mastodon, at least on all the servers yet. We'll see how that turns out. But one example that I think is getting revealed for how bullshit it is, and it's used by the GOP a lot, is anytime there's a critique of something Israel does, like Israeli government, it's like, oh, you're being anti-Semitic. And it's like, the Israeli government is its own fucking thing. The fact that it's in Israel and they're, composed of Jews does not mean if I'm like, hey, maybe the Israeli government should stop, like, killing Syrians for existing, is not me being anti-Semitic. And I think it's so blatantly bad faith that finally some other people are, like, pointing out that it's bad faith. Not the politicians in power, because, oh my God forbid they be called anti-Semitic, even if it's blatantly not true. But I think it's all, it's a deflection tactic. It just keeps coming back to that. Anyway, just wanted to rant about that for a second. Rape culture is everywhere, and sending shit to people, mostly men, sending it, cis men, sending it to women about masturbating to them and they can't stop it, is rape, is digital rape. And you just need to face that fact. You need to face the fact that you're sticking your toes in rape by sending messages like that. And also sending unsolicited dick pics is also digital rape. And nobody wants to see that shit. If they do, if you are in some way very misguided and think that women actually want to see your erect penis unasked for, if we want to see it, we will let you know. Okay? Better to not send it. And I mean, if you really want to, you can ask. I was checking my OnlyFans DMs the other day, which I don't do very often, and there were like 2 people that were like, hey, can I send you my dick pic? And one of them sent it anyway without me replying. But the other one, I was like, no, thank you. I don't really want to see that. And I don't know if they replied. I didn't check it since then. But it's just like, at least they asked. I mean, the one sent his dick pic anyway, but I just, oh my god. Again, this is why we have to have these conversations, and this is why it would be great if I could stop getting banned on, you know, YouTube and stuff where people actually go, so we could talk about this stuff, but okay. That rant is over. On to the next rant.